Let's look on some logic when we're creating and utilizing some loops with a Plan Factory producer version. So right here is our root, and what I want to do is create maybe some interesting and complex elements. So I'm going to create segment. Okay, actually, you know what, let's go right here, and you can notice we have one first segment. Let's shrink down a little bit, and it's okay segment. If I want, or trunk in your case, if I want to create some difference going from out, I need to create another segment, and so on. However, if you use the same ones, you can do it much easier by utilizing the loops. And notice after geometry, we have it right here, loops. So let's go create a repeater first. And I want to put this repeater before the segment. So I'm from the root, we'll go to select. And now I don't need it, these connections. And we'll go just connect from segment to our repeater. If we set up this way, we actually can go ahead and modify. Let's put 3, and you notice it does not change because loop is not completed. We can add multiple different elements inside and tell our system that this is a loop we want repeating. We actually need to go and add next to the end. So right here for now, let's go next, and notice what's happening when we select it. Now we have all these elements, and we said repeating 3 times. So if we're repeating 5 times, you can see we're repeating all of those elements coming 5 times. Of course, inside the root or a segment, we can specify what link of the segments we wanted. If we want any other influence or any other effect, same as we have before. And because I'm using segment, it's have one element. If we're using branches, it will happen a little bit differently. As well, you notice right here in a loop, we also have at the end, all by last, and iterations. So the end, it's actually, okay, we'll look on the next, let's go, and end, it is relative to the recursive node set initiating and repeat node. So all the nodes that connected to it will be evaluated on the last iteration of the loop. So it's kind of nice to know if you want to put something with end. And again, all by the last, it is all but except the last one node will be evaluated, and iteration n will return ratio that of completed at maximum loop iteration. So if we're creating some random and we need to know which is last one, we can set this, we'll create with random number, and it's help us create a little bit more information. And for example, we can say, hey, I don't know how many I want to create. I want to create random number of those sub branches, but on the last one, I want to add flower. So by doing this, we can return what iteration it is, and to that one, add specific flower or some specific elements. But overall, you may use it in more complex ones, but these ones is most likely you will use the simple loop. So repeat it, segment, and you're going to the next. So let's do this way. What if I want to create a tree? So I'm going and I'll go to create a trunk segment first. We'll go to connect to the root. Okay, it's actually right there, input 0, right there. Okay, next, I want to have it only one trunk, yes, but I want to have it different branches. I want to go to the loop and I want to select repeat. Okay, so I'm going to adjust, and notice when I connect the repeat to no children, our plant, it's kind of start funny, change the shapes. And mostly it will be related because in the repeat, we have it right here where it's a blending, enable our own blending with the plant. And this is elements, if we don't see them, even nothing connected, but this blending is what make this kind of shape. Okay, so next we'll go to geometry and we can go and select a branch. Okay, next I want to go and geometry, maybe add some tweak. Now let's go do these things. We'll go to loop and we'll go click next. Okay, we'll go connect to the twig. Notice right here we have them populating. Currently, if we set it's 1, so if we're going to set, for example, 3, okay, you can notice right there we have twigs population going with the branches a little bit up. Okay, of course it is because it's relative, it's become quite a bit thin. But what if I want on the end of the twigs, example, add something else? For example, actually, you know what? Let's remove these twigs. It will make a little bit easier to see. So right here, just the branches, okay? But the same effect, you can notice how we add. So what if I want to add leaves now to this point? It will be easy, same like a twigs. We just add leaves right here. But if I want to put it some elements that it does not include in a loop from my children, so all what I need to do is going inside, let's say leaf, and just connect to my branches on this point. So let's see, right here you can see how they're going, because they're looping from inside, okay? But now we can go inside the branch on a leaf, and we can also write setup, okay, placement. Okay, and we can, for example, go and set top of the segment. So now we have it just only on the top of our segments. The leaf is aligned. So we can add all different things. For example, what if we leave it leaves here and just put it nice, beautiful flowers just on the end? Of course, with element, like enable pruning, and for these leaves, we can also remove some of them, add randomness of the placement for this. We can also go inside and modify additional flexibility in other properties. But right here, let's say example pruning, that's what I was saying. We'll take pruning, we increase probability, and you can see now they're not on every branch, so we add a little bit more randomness to the placement of those elements. And again, it is much easier than for us to go create one branch and put it many of them. Instead, all what we need to worry about repeating. Same way, you can actually take this repeating value, add it to the edge of your plant. So if your plant is become young sibling, you can have it just basic, and as your plant growing up and up, you can increase complexity, increase additional elements. And of course, remember, you also if you don't want all of these elements, you can enable pruning. So it's add just a little bit more randomness to creation on our repeating, so it does not go overall. And we can tweak a little bit more, but this is general idea. You can create complex plants which is grow and add more complexity just with simple using repeating loops.